Hope somebody doesn't mind me eating.
Okay, we're
Oh,
recording.
I can't with
Uh,
the food.
my name is Brandon
Yeah, we're
Turner,
doing the lead.
and this is session 0. We're going to be creating our characters for Cyberpunk 2020. And Marcus, you're up next.
All right. Well, this is Marcus Prejan. I'm gonna be running this thing. Haven't run Cyberpunk in forever, but at the same time, I've also been around it for a really, really, really long time. Like I was telling before we started the recording here, I go back to the original game. I actually submitted stuff for Chromebook. You know, my name's actually in the Chromebook 1, 2, and 3 at least. I think 4 as well, but I'm not sure. Because stuff that I got paid for 2 ended up in 3 and 4. I think there's a whole bunch of weapons and cyber gear and like the entire section on phone enhancements, which is in Chromebook 3. That's all me. Which is because it was funny because there was no updates for phones at all. Really, you just had a phone. So, of course, some of it's a really dated, like fax machines. Anyway, it's really pathetic. Some of it's prophetic, and some of it's really pathetic. But as the fact that stuff got massively left behind. Then again, their timeline is radically different than ours too. So, but
Posted, by the way, from Chromebook 2, contributing writers. Fourth from the
there
top, Mark Regent.
Yep. Yep.
Alex,
Yep. I
introduce
used to
yourself.
I'm the first person to run games at con. I've done all kinds of great stuff. Anyway, by all means, let me step aside and let you guys.
I'm Alex Bickford. I am a pretty avid player and occasional referee. Well, actually, used to be a very heavy referee. I'm trying to play more, which is harder than it sounds, of Cyberpunk 2020, Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart, and hopefully very soon just regular Cyberpunk Red. I already have my dice. I have them around somewhere.
I haven't bothered with that. I don't mind.
I actually ripped off Mike Pondsmith. I saw him playing. I saw a picture of him playing at Gen Con, and he was using bullet D6 dice. And I hunted them down. Steve Jackson makes. I have those.
Yeah, you know what, Mike? It's so funny. I don't know if you ever see interviews with Mike. Mike is hilarious. First of all, he's got that very white, super deep voice.
Oh my God! Yeah,
it's hilarious to listen to, and I feel really awful for poor Cody, because Cody did not get the voice, which is a shame.
This is true.
Poor guy.
You know what? At least Cody is buffed out at least, because I remember seeing some like really not early, but like go back 5 years or so. Saw some footage of him at a con, and he was skin and bones, and now he looks.
Yeah, see, it's even funnier for me because when I lived with them while working on Crimson Skies with Mike, or for Mike, I should say. Mike was the boss. We were all working at Microsoft, and I was a contractor up there, and I had no money and no anything. So I packed up my 2000 Mustang and drove up there from Los Angeles with nothing really at all going on other than the fact that I knew I had a job and I had Mike begrudgingly let me live there for a while until I could find myself a place. But which was funny because by the time I moved out, he was like, "We're kind of sorry to see you go." And in hindsight, I should have stayed. But I ended up not staying at Microsoft, and I was only there for 6 months, and ended up with a big old lease that I still owed money on and all this idiotic nonsense. So I had to move back to LA. But anyway, Mike is the biggest dork. Really,
oh my God, I love him.
He really is. Oh God, it's so funny. It's like there's this one of the interviews I saw with some of the people from in Poland. He's out there in Poland at CD Projekt Red, their studio, and he's talking to some people. They're asking him about living in Poland and whatnot. And he talked about his writing environment at home. And assuming he hasn't moved to a new house, assuming he's still living in the same house they were in when I was there, he talks about his workspace, and he's like, "Yeah, I got this little space." I'm like, "Yeah, in the basement, like where the laundry was." It was one of those fold-up picnic tables you bring out for.
He's full. I'm sure he's upgraded the table at least.
I'm sure he's upgraded the Mac that he used because it was, oh my God, it bloody. shit, but
You know what's funny? Oh, so I encountered Mike Pondsmith long before I ever heard of Cyberpunk. In fact, I didn't even know I encountered him until going back later. But I used to be a real like I used to spend hours and hours playing a game called Mech Commander 2.
oh, I
And
know. Okay, I never played it, but I know it.
Mike Pondsmith is in it. He's one of the pilots that you can get.
Yeah.
In fact, he's very important to the main story, and he's one of the better pilots you get buried. He's like the first elite.
You have to remember he used to work at Microsoft, and they owned Fossil, and so they bought the Fossil license, all the Battletech stuff, all the Battletech stuff. In fact, Jordan Weissman, who created it, also created Crimson Skies and whatever it is. Eventually, when Fossil got basically bought out and like lock, stock, and barrel by Microsoft, they wanted everything.
Marcus, is there any BattleTech stuff in in Cyberpunk, like mech suits or anything?
There's a supplement called Maximum Metal where you've got like power, power armor and like heavy tanks and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
That's the heavy firepower of the game, but
I'm lucky my players never found out that book existed.
yeah, you honestly don't want to. Because if you got to that point, you lost control of your campaign, in my opinion. Or you're running really high. Yeah, it's called Maximum Metal. Yeah, it's armored power. It's power armor. It's a high-powered ordnance for 2020, and it's literally got power armor mechs and tanks and jet fighters. So, it's if you want to take your that's for games where you got characters that are in the forefront of the like corporate wars, and they're doing you want to run a very different kind of game. But you could probably run an expanse type game where you use that stuff. But
Would you mind explaining a little bit about net running?
what do you mean exactly?
Like net running, like what is it, and why is it so clunky?
Well, the system itself was designed. It was supposed to be think Tron,
Okay.
right? With everything, programs and whatnot, taking on actual icons and stuff.
Okay.
And he actually Mike gave an explanation not too long ago about why it would be like that versus, say, the way we do things now. Because basically, Netrunner is just a fancy word for hacker.
Okay.
But the Netrunners they lived mostly in cyberspace rather than that. So the old rules, literally, you couldn't have the characters stay home. He was never physically at harm. But the problem was there was never any real clear defined rules in the original or in the third one, or even the second, or even in 2020. I don't know about 3. I haven't really watched Cyberpunk 3. I got Cyber Generation, which was not actually 3, but it kind of 3. But anyway, that was very weird because things they shifted. That's kind of like the New Mutants to the X-Men, so to speak.
I found some Cyber Generation PDF files I downloaded from Trove.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. It's a very cool world, but it's basically everybody's you're playing punk teenagers, not cyberpunks who are in their 20s a lot of times. You're literally playing. It's more anime than anything really, because all your characters are like 14, 15, 16, and they've got these powers and abilities beyond those of mortal men type of situation. But it's all as a result of this bioplague type thing. It sort of rewrote a lot of people's
so
and stuff. It's definitely a massive sidetrack, shall we say, from the regular game.
Huh.
Cyberpunk was always supposed to be set in the as Morpheus calls it, the desert of the real. But
so character creation, where do we start?
Sorry?
Where do we start with character creation?
Well, that's a good question. So I'm looking here at a 2K20 character sheet that I actually do like. I think we'll use that one. The question is, where do I go from here, button? I'm ready to create game. Okay, there we go. So I'm in D20, the Roll20 thing right now. Again, not familiar with it, so um,
Right-hand side, there should be a chat box, and it should have invites, like an
yeah. Well,
invite.
I'm looking created by invite players. Um, oh, here we go. Cool. Okay, found one thing. Luckily, I'm doing this from my PC and not my phone. Tried to do it from my phone one time, and that was an absolute nightmare. Roll20 is really not set up for phones. Then again, that was like 2 years ago. So, where
It's
are
okay if
we?
you're a player. It's impossible if you're the person running it.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. As a player, it was a nightmare. I couldn't even imagine trying to run it. So, what I'm looking for is that. There we go. Long ago, city fairly far away, I had planned to build. I had an old website. I used to have a website, actionstudios.com, and that was going to be my company name for a game that's I'm writing a tabletop fantasy game as well that I've been writing since about 1990. Maybe even before that. But anyway, so at one point I had done a bunch of I had two Cyberpunk campaigns that were going on simultaneously. That were online. That's where I don't know if you've ever heard of the website that had it was. I was running the fourth. I was running the it was Firestorm. I was running the fourth corporate war. It was the backdrop for my characters, for my players and what they were doing. They did get involved directly in it at one point, but um, I then had go off
Yeah,
and
it's the,
well, anyway, so what they did, but had every player, and I'll do it for you guys as well. The idea is that every player pick an actor. They can be living or dead. It doesn't matter. You want to pick somebody in their prime, that's fine. Um, the idea was that this is what my character looks like, and this is who is playing me in the episode, and all the NPCs were selected as well. In fact, one of the Facebook Cyberpunk groups, I actually posted a link to it. I've got both of them, the old websites, the entire websites. They're zip file format, so you can look at them and local. Just basically just open the zip files on your PC, and then you can actually look at them and view, everything that's there. And every NPC has stats too. PCs don't, but the NPCs do. So, and there's a little pop up. So I found some lovely quick JavaScript that worked well on it too, and I just copied and pasted the crap out of it. Oh, made it so that I had every NPC would just have a stats button. You pop on it and pop up a little just a little window that would give you everything. So they have their stats and their skills and their cyborg and their weapon. But anyway, so I just put the logo for so the game here itself. All right, so give me, I guess, some email addresses. Let's go with that, and I can send them out to you for the role because it's going to be the city of Los Angeles is the name, or city of oops, that was dumb. City of Los Angeles, but I put the wrong name up. Sorry,
mine in the store.
All right, cool. I'm just copy and paste.
You said you need my email?
Yeah, just put it in the chat now. I can copy and paste it. Make it easier that way. Oop. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there should be 2 invites sent out.
All right, I'm going to open my email. Roll20, here we go.
No.
The City of Fallen Angels.
Yeah. City of Fallen Angels should be the graphic you're seeing, because that's what's. I'd forgotten that was the wrong name. So. I just want to change that name, guys. Come on. There we go. Now it's correct.
Should I do the playthrough tutorial?
Honestly, I don't know. If you've never used Roll20 before, not be a bad idea.
We'll have to watch a video, and we're already recording for YouTube.
Yeah, it's probably. I would just skip it for right now if you can.
Not too complicated.
You know what? They're your first try at Corduck Kill. It's fine.
Okay, so now when we text, should we still use Discord to talk, or do we just talk in
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
20?
From what I understand, Roll20's their actual chat system is iffy at best. So,
Okay.
But anywho, okay. So
So you want us to pick an actor?
yeah, the idea is, maybe you don't do it right now per se. It's just something to think about, so you get an idea of who you want to be. Who do you envision playing your punk there. I mean, one of the characters I had was the bartender for my club that I've never had intended it to be this way, but it's just going to keep popping up. And so I just finally said, forget it, and now I just do it. I have this one club. It started in my Cyberpunk game and has kind of flared out to all of my others. It's in my. I even added it to the sci-fi novel one, right? It's the names changed a little bit here and there, but one of the bartenders played by Antonio Sabat Jr. and then I changed a few things here and there. So, but in terms of players, as the game continued, good choice.
Valentin Zakowski.
That's from Goldeneye, isn't it? No.
Yes, actually, it's GoldenEye, and this particular picture, though, his world is not enough because he was in both.
Gotcha.
He's actually one of my favorite side characters from 007.
Oh, I actually love him.
Fucking love Robbie Coltrane.
Yeah, Robbie Coltrane's badass. He's fantastic. In fact, let me find something here real quick.
The character I'm planning to revive was actually kind of inspired originally by Valentin Zakowski. It was meant to be like a younger version of him.
Nothing wrong. Hey, my main fixer is a guy named Blackjack Louie. I usually have him played by Dennis Franz. So another heavy set, mustachioed dude, balding, but he wears a fez in this. Wears a fez? Yep, big old. It was red originally, but now I'm going with, thanks to the sci-fi novel I'm writing, it's now electric blue. Or excuse me, it's not electric blue.
I chose this guy.
Is that the dude from? Is that from Ready Player One? No.
No, it's a Google search image that I found that's for Cyberpunk.
Okay. So you have a newbie introducing actor.
Yeah.
Honestly, like kind of a young.
No, I actually found
Well, it was either that or to play. I was thinking about Travis Fimmel. Is that it? I might be slaughtering his name. Here I'll. Yeah, let me.
Oh, yeah, Vikings dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I never watched them. I haven't watched Vikings though.
He's been another dude. He looks one acoustic guitar away from a country album cover every time you see him, basically.
See, I was thinking there he looks a little like, who's that Irish dude? Oh God, he was in a remake of
Ryan Gosling.
And he was in a remake of SWAT. He was in.
So I'm either one of these guys.
He's a bad boy. Oh, that dude. Okay.
Colin
Farrell. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That guy. And I bet you actually
Ragnar Lothbrok.
That is the name for him.
I chose my name for this. My name is going to be Naz. N-A-Z. Last name Graham. G-R-A-M. So I'm going to be Naz.
Is it grams of an illegal substance?
Yes. Or a gram of something legal.
There you go. Yeah, that's cinnamon, right? So, I'd like to give you guys a little bit of background about how I run my style. So, I do play fast and Um, somebody's a little heavily armed.
It goes with the territory.
Right. Well, I run a little fast and loose for things, so I run off the cuff. I did not make adventures ahead of time. I riff off of what you guys are doing, and I strongly believe in actions have consequences. So I don't have quote unquote random encounters. I don't believe in them. I think random encounters is lazy. Lazy game lazy game mastery.
Oh yeah.
For me anyway, I don't want to rely on a table of random adventures. No, I should be able to come up with a logical flow because you don't just run into some thugs along the way. Those thugs should mean something, right? Even if it's something as simple as you beat them up, embarrass them, kill them, whatever, and their friends go looking for you. They should become, they're either an establishment of something that's going to happen later on, or those guys work for somebody, so feel free to, climb down the rabbit hole. I ran a campaign once, my fantasy game, where I really had no plan for it. I usually give it a couple of sessions before I kind of start a real story. Where players kind of do a few things to kind of get a experience, get kind of feel the game system, how the game's going to run. And then along the way, I had this, I guess you could say random encounter kind of thing. Just one of those, all right, let's I don't know, we'll have them fight a battle with a caravan or whatever. Some bandits. And they fought the bandits, and then I just randomly dropped in. And you notice these bandits are way better armed than they should be, right? The blades are elvish, they're much finer quality than simple bandits should have. So they started seeing a conspiracy. I'm like, okay, you guys see a conspiracy? Let's give you a conspiracy. I built a conspiracy around what they thought. And what wasn't there before became there because that's what the players wanted. Clearly, they were seeing, they were chasing phantoms and wanted to go down a rabbit hole. Fine, I'll go down a rabbit hole. Seems interesting.
Alex, what was the what's the thing behind the picture of Mikhail Baranov?
Oh, that's your character name?
Mikhail Bedanov.
Mikhail.
You're Russian. Okay. And it's Organiskaya, by the way. There's an R missing.
My apologies.
You have Organiskaya. I don't know what Organiskaya is. Organiskaya. Russian word for organization.
Yeah, Organiskaya, the Russian mafia that's somehow survived, even though it's not oil now runs everything.
Well, come on. You really think that Organiskaya disappeared? No, they became oligarchs. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So
Vegas got removed. Vegas used to have real monsters. They got replaced by bigger monsters. They're called corporations. Wow.
So in real life, I'm from Michigan, and I'm from Ann Arbor, but I'd like my character to be from Detroit, if that's okay.
Wherever you want, man.
Okay. Detroit City.
Okay.
I used to live 30 minutes outside of it at one point. So
I'm thinking a dude that lived most of his life in Kiev, Ukraine, and is currently on vacation. Mikhail Badanov actually started out. A friend of mine was running a campaign that was based around kind of backdrop of the Fourth Corporate War, and it was just a group of people of mercs that were just stuck in Night City trying to get out as a Militech siege was raging. And unfortunately, COVID cut our in-person games entirely. So played this character out. So originally, he's trying to sell soft oil secrets to Petrochem, which is the reason he's in Night City. But
I'm just letting you know right now, this game will not take place in Night City. So any delusion, any ideas that you're going to be in Night City, you can just squash those now because you're going to be.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying what my character was.
In the campaign, that's where you're going to be. So.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Yeah.
Cut out.
are we in Los Angeles then?
Oh fuck.
But that's alright. You're not gonna get hit.
Last I checked, there wasn't much of Los Angeles left.
Well, my LA, again, I take their timeline, make it my own. So
Okay, I did.
all the stuff you're used to, in terms of the rest of the world, that's about right for for the other places. They didn't really touch on LA very much.
Well, yeah, I remember reading is basically
They mentioned
kind
an
of destroyed.
Well, they mentioned a massive earthquake, which, oddly enough, if I recall correctly, they mentioned it somewhere around '94, which is kind of funny since there was a pretty massive earthquake there. Wasn't the 9.7 or whatever it is they claimed in the game rules, but so, and in my case, LA is there, but it's kind of rebuilt itself a little bit. It's still it's still LA. So again, one thing that's going to happen there that's not going to happen in other places, it's not going to be quite as. I mean, there'll still be combat zones and all that stuff. It's not quite as much of an absolute war zone that like Night City is. But that's because there's a lot more money in LA. So there's a lot more opportunities to rebuild and whatnot. But the downtown area, so like the earthquake, one of these days I got to get around to actually getting a map. I'll probably end up, now I've got a reason to do it. Maybe I'll finally get around to doing it. Taking a map of LA, breaking it into sections, and showing you what my LA looks like. And that is, there is a, when the earthquake hit, it tore its massive grip around in the LA area and flooded the area around downtown, made it like an island. And so as a result, when they were rebuilding things, they rebuilt with giant walls around the city, around the downtown area, and turned it into a fortress, which is what it's nicknamed. Some people call it downtown, but it's really just the fortress. All right, one moment, I will try your window. Not thick enough?
Well, some of them, we forgot to put the flour on the hot dog before covering it in batter. Mm-hmm. And so I gave each person one of the ones without the flour and one on with. And
it looks good. I mean, it tastes good. So that's fine. Adventures of just haven't gotten a new fryer. So. Anyway, so LA has this river where it never had one before. So, where I should say, excuse me, it had one before, but the LA River is much of a river. It's it's some giant cement wash.
I played GTA, I remember.
If you've seen Terminator 2, you've seen the LA River. In fact, the scene, here's some fun part. The scene where the truck comes crashing through, just before it kills young John there, or tries to anyway. That street sign, it stops, he stops in his bike, he thinks he's lost it, he looks back, and you see the plumber sign. That's my street I live on.
Oh wow. That
truck crash literally happened 3 or 4 blocks from my house. And it's it's really cool.
It's a movie. It's cool.
It was super cool. What's even funnier is I used to work at a movie theater back then.
What movie was that?
Terminator 2.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. So that scene, I drove past on my way to work, and I noticed that the wall over that spot was higher than normal. I'm like, that's odd. I figured, maybe they did it for safety. Maybe some knucklehead tried to jump in. I come back a couple days later, and it's back to normal. What the hell? I had missed them shooting that scene by 1 day.
Oh wow.
That's horrible.
I felt horrible. I'm like, oh come on, man, really? I used to go past it all the time because my best friend at the time lived a block, up past that point and then down the road away. So.
Some alarms going off.
Sorry.
That's right. It happened. Is that the red sheet?
I'm gonna turn the volume off. People are trying to call me.
There.
Oh, there it is. That's what it is. Okay,
there is a way to create character sheets within Roll20.
There
for us.
is one already here for it. FYI.
Yep. Do you know how to set that up?
Well, I had the 2020 sheet in there, but
So if you go to on the top right, there should be a tab that says Journal. I want to say it looks like a full newspaper.
hold on, wait a second here. Okay, so I'm Andy. Launch game. Well, that didn't work very well. That didn't give me what I wanted.
So what do I do in journal?
Marcus has to do it actually.
Okay.
Where is it? All right, so in the game itself anyway, and I have
there's 5 little icons on the right hand side of the screen on Roll20.
Got it. Settings. Hold on. Okay. Art library. Journal. There it is.
There should be an option for you to add, and basically you just make a character for each of us, and then assign it to us, and we can access it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if you want to create other characters and manage them from there, you can. There's a way to set it up so you actually do everything with macros. This person attacks, and it will handle all dice rolling related to that, and just give you the outcome.
I do have the add-on for Beyond 20. The add-on for Beyond 20 does that for D&D 5th edition. I was wondering if there was an add-on for the Cyberpunk stuff.
There's like crappy, player-made integrations, I think.
Okay.
Right.
It's been a while since I've tried them.
Yeah. This is gonna take some doing to get it flowing, shall we say?
So what do you roll to do to find out your stats, like your intelligence, reflex, dexterity, tech, cool, will, luck, move, body,
There's probably different ways to do it, but the way I usually do it is you get a pool of points. Unfortunately, I don't have a rule book with me right now.
I can send you a PDF if you want to look up the contents.
I actually have the red one. I have the one for red, but so I have to.
Would you like me to send? Would you like a PDF file of 2020?
That'd be awesome.
Okay, let me email that to you. Send me your email address and
drop it in the.
Can I drop it?
Yeah, I think you just drop it in the
Discord.
Just like he did the character sheet.
Discord has a file size limit that's pretty small, but you should be able to
Well, here.
Tell me what to click on.
The other thing too is let's see.
Tell me what to click on, Alex.
Hold on one second.
I know where it's at on my. I know where it's at on my on my desktop.
I'm just gonna real quick give you guys probably one of the best websites out there if you ever just want to try a game, which is the Trove.
Oh yeah.
The Trove is basically tabletop pirate pay.
Right. Oh, actually, there's another one I saw. It was God, what was it called? Something like page flip or something like that. And literally everything has these like animated page flips, and it's the entire thing goes. It's phenomenal.
Well, this one just is straight up PDF downloads. So
yeah, that'll be great fun. I think I have 2 copies of the rulebook. I just don't know where they are right now.
There's the Cyberpunk 2020, and there's also Cyberpunk Red. I prefer playing Red in the hopes that if it comes out soon, we could just roll into full on Red.
I'm cool with that. I just wanted to use, since there isn't a. Is there one for Red? I mean, the Red Jumpstart is.
I'm sending you an email, Marcus. It should be downloading. It's downloading right now, so you don't have to download it from Trove if you don't want to.
No, that's fine. I got.
It's on its way, so you should be seeing it. You should be seeing it.
Yeah, the only problem with the Jumpstart is I don't think it has anything there for building characters. It has the.
Not too much.
It has the pre-gens.
It has the life path system, which I'm actually in love with already.
Away from keyboard.
Okay.
But basically it's. I mean, it's kind of like 2020. You just come come out with a point amount and give it out to people, and hey, put these many points to these
There it is,
skills.
that's the one
But
right
it's
there.
limited at the moment for what skills are available. Like only the Netrunner even has a class skill.
Well, because the Netrunners, I mean, they have nerfed the crap out of Netrunners. The problem is Netrunners used to bore people to death. Because there were no specific rules, which shocked me, frankly. Because they knew this was a problem in one, but then 2020 rolled around and they didn't fix it.
So, in one respect, Netrunners have been nerfed, but in the other respect, they're much more fun to have in the party. Like you have, the Netrunner is like you're basically your spy operative is coming in with you to get you in through doors, past security measures, and all sorts of things. And that's actually fun, which you can't really say about something like having a 2020 Netrunner in the party. That's why pretty much everyone just ran them as NPCs that worked with the party.
You know what's funny? My very first character, which I will use as an NPC, of course.
Yeah.
Also Takahashi, and she was Netrunner. And what's funny is I don't normally allow players to play Netrunners. I've never had a Netrunner as a character ever. Nope, nobody ever ran Netrunners again. Because I boarded the party during one run once, and that was it. It was over. So I know what it's like. So, is it still nice stats in bread? Or did you change it?
Is there still what? Sorry?
Hold on, let me look at something real quick. Where'd it go? There it is.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's funny. Now there's 10 stats. Red moved it to 10 stats instead of. Why did they? They split reflexes and dex. That's why. Okay. I was trying to figure out what the difference was.
I'm kind of happy with that change, though.
Well, I'm good. I'm not wrong. I'm my own fantasy rules. I did the same thing. So.
Yeah.
My own fantasy rules, I make it where I have an accuracy and precision, or excuse me, athleticism and precision. So it's the same thing. So, but oh, I see. Okay, so interfaces. Wow, they didn't. Because these are jumpstart characters. These aren't the real ones.
Yeah.
The final ones, the special will be different. Everybody will have their routine. So, yeah, I don't mind going with the red. In fact, there was one when I was looking for what character you want to use. It had it, which is weird because I don't see it in here. It's introducing the character itself. So, all right. So this is what I'm going to do. So I put Mikhail in here, and their player journals under you, and then it can be edited and controlled by you, and boom.
Very good.
So that's that one. So let me get a change to.
And I'm back.
All right.
Did you receive the email that I sent you?
Yes, it is. I got it.
Oh, I love how there's actually a full drawer checkbox.
There's a full where?
In the Cyberpunk 2020 character sheet that you attached to Mikhail, there's actually a checkbox of full board.
Well, that was the 2020. I was like, how do I change it though? That's what I want to know. How do I change it so that instead of this sheet, it's.
I'm not sure. It's usually you select what character sheet you're using when you create the game itself. So.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. We can use this for a fine. It's fine. We can always port it later. It's not a problem. Now the question is being able to edit the stats. There it is. Okay.
So I don't see anything in journal yet.
Okay, so now I'm gonna build your character. All right. So I'll get back to where. Okay. So let's see here. Did you have a name for your guy?
Mine?
Brandon? Yeah.
A
name for your character?
NAZ.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Last name Graham, Gram.
Got it. Fat fingers. There we go.
My age is about 24, I think. In real life, I'm 32 in real life. I'm gonna be turning 33 in October 21st.
Oi, baby. Anyway. Okay, so there is. All right, Naz. So Naz now has a character.
And my role is gonna be a solo.
All right, so I give you control of it. Right, good. There you go. So now, if you click the little box that's right above ref,
Okay.
then that will allow you to set the stats. So what you're going to do is this. What are we going to go here?
I see where it says bio and info.
Oh, okay. So click where it says character sheet on that tab.
Character, and then Nasgram. When I open it, it just says bio and info. It doesn't say anything else.
Right next to bio and info, do you see where it says character sheet?
No.
Aha. Okay. Well, that's the problem. Okay. So that means I did something wrong. That's why I never gave you control of it. So.
Yes, character sheet. Oh, cool. Very cool.
So now you can actually build your character here.
Okay.
All right. What I want you to do is this. We're going to go to. That's not. There it is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you guys 75 points to be among those stats.
What is a max of a stat?
You said you were doing no life crystal challenge.
Like I'm a solo, so I want high reflexes. I know that.
Yeah, reflexes are definitely going to be important
for combat.
Okay, hold on.
I'm trying to stop this, but it's actually pretty, it'll happen.
Alright, let's see here. Okay, so let's do this. I'll put you a limit of 9.
And we have 75 points to work with.
Correct. Now I got what I need.
Okay, so I tried to change the reflex to 9, but it still says 0, but I heard a little booping noise.
Press the checkbox above all of the
Oh,
stats.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
If you click on them without checking the box, you're rolling.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, well that makes sense. Yeah, the fun of learning the tech at the same time is.
One nice thing is up at the top, it actually tells you how many points you've used so far.
Oh, good. That's actually helpful.
Yeah, because I will lose track.
Where does it have the indicator of how many you've used already? On the character sheet?
Up at the top left, it says ATR. I don't know. I think that's attributed skill points is what it is.
I do see that. Okay.
Oh. There it is. Okay, so if you go into the attributes and abilities page, okay. Got it.
And and we have luck points to use for every session. Is that how it works?
The luck session, yeah, it is for each. Well, it's for each quote unquote episode.
Okay.
So if an episode doesn't end in this particular session, then that's
What's MA? I forget.
Movement allowance.
Ah, yes. That's an important one, by the way.
Yeah. Well, not really. Not so much. I mean, it will be, but the way I'm going to do it is since I'm not going to be using that stuff. Brandon and I talked about this before, but I run theater of the mind, so because I run cinematic style, so it's one of those. If you want to roll, I'll basically I want to run to the door. All right, yeah, your target number is black, and then you just make a move.
What is MC? Movement?
Hold on, MC.
It's under leap.
Yeah. leap and then MC, so I'm not sure.
I think it's max carry, but I'm not sure. Honestly, no idea. So let me take a look here. Maybe
All right, I'll keep that 0 since I don't need it.
Well, no. So the bold ones are actually not things you're putting into directory.
Those are calculated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those are figured stats. MC. God, I haven't seen this old character sheet forever. That's hilarious.
So there's really 9.
There's only 9 stacks.
Okay.
Only 9 stacks.
And 9 is the max.
Correct.
Okay.
You should be able to get pretty much ace in like everything. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're being very generous with the points there.
Well, because it's the minor hero. You know what? Let's dial that back. You're right. That is a bit much.
Yeah. Let's go straight level.
Let's drop it into 60.
What is empathy for?
Empathy, that is for a lot of things. It's for skills that are social related. So, like, it's your ability to, connect with other people. But at the same time, it's also, it is because as you get cybernetics, it takes away from that. So as you Borg out and become more like the machine, you lose, you start losing humanity.
Okay.
Which humanity is a derived stat. It's basically 10 times your empathy is your humanity.
ATTR?
That's your attractiveness.
Okay.
Depends on how pretty you want to be.
I think I'm at least a 7.
Well, like I said, maybe somebody like,
Okay, so, and how many points did you decide that we're working with?
60 altogether.
60, okay.
It's funny, they give you an option here for major hero. I'm like, really? Points? That's crazy.
So if he's actually doing solo, I'm gonna go on the fixer side of my crime character.
Yeah, it looks like Naz, you're a little over. There you go. You got 1 point to shave. And don't feel bad. Remember, 5 is average, so. What the heck is that MC? Because it's not listed in the original rules. So I don't know what the heck somebody came up with that for. We'll worry about that later.
Okay. Oh, I still have 2 points. Okay. Yeah,
you got 2 points you can put back in something else. So like MA might be a bad choice. I mean, if you're planning to have cybernetics, empathy is a good place to start.
okay.
Tech of 3. You're a fixer who thinks that light bulbs matter.
What is full Borg?
Actually, I'm leveling it out right now because my first stats were done for solo.
What is full Borg?
That'd be if you were a full body conversion. So we shall come to that. That will come back later, so don't worry.
Okay.
One player that actually went full board in my campaign, and they
started that way.
I never let anyone start that way. I was like, no, you can't. I have a strict rule on that a little bit, just because.
Well, the interesting thing was that we did it on purpose, and she was never somebody who would abuse it, which was really cool, because she didn't know how to.
So
that was the best part.
So in Cyberpunk, you use the euro?
Yeah, the euro dollar, but eddies is fine. I think that's a much better term than EDs, which is always a weird.
Euro dollar.
Euro bucks or euro dollars is like whatever. Or you usually just be euros, but which is funny because he did that before the euro was an actual thing.
Well, I think there's rumblings about it when they like when he wrote it, because it's the concept. Looking. I'm sure back then, if you're looking at the entire European market unifying under a single currency, that's in an economic way kind of terrifying. And I kind of like how he played it out. Is like it just became such a dominant market that it overpowered the dollar to the point that America effectively stopped using it.
Well, but yes, I remember in his version of Cyberpunk, I mean, California is two pieces. It's separated out now. The
Oh
U.S.
yeah,
government was irrelevant.
dude, I can't tell you how much I love what he did with Maine. Like it's my dream because Maine is like the one place that doesn't get fucked over.
What's funny is I did a thing. There was an old, oh God, I don't even know what year it was. It was the late '80s or something like that, where there was a TV show. It was a TV movie, and it was done like it was a news broadcast, kind of like the old War of the Worlds by Orson Welles of the radio. Same idea. But it was terrorists had seized something down. It was a ship, I think it was, down in San Diego, and they were threatening to detonate a bomb. And this whole thing plays out, and the way it ended, it did not end the way like it says in that it's not going to end how you think it does, right? The SWAT team's going in, they're finally going to go in and do it, and again, they're running this like it was a complete regular, news broadcast, and they kept telling you what they were in the commercial when, that it wasn't real, of course, but, by the end of it, San Diego got nuked. And they just ended it, but the way they ended it was, the guys actually detonated the bomb and wiped out San Diego. So that I don't even know the name of it. I just remember watching it. It was absolutely riveting to watch. And so that's what I did. I went ahead. In fact, in my fourth Cold War campaign, part way down the road, there was some things going on, and the players were out doing something, and kept having these news broadcasts pop up. Breaking in, and then it was all of a sudden there was stuff going on. A terrorist had seized the convention center, I think it was, in San Diego, where the San Diego Comic-Con goes on. And it just kept going on and on and on. And by the time I was done, San Diego was gone. And that was kind of my nod to that old show, and it's also a nod to one of my favorite writers, which is Joseph Michael Straczynski, creator of Babylon 5 and everything. He used to say, like, it took me a lot of years to figure out why I kept nuking San Diego with all my stories. And it's because he was mugged and left for dead one time here. He got knifed while out walking one night, and he almost died. And so he just sort of unconsciously paid San Diego back every time he turned around. So he did it in Captain Power, he did it in Babylon 5. It's other things like, what is it about the city of San Diego? Oh, that's what it is about the city of San Diego. I don't like. So, having been to San Diego a few times, sure, why not? Besides, it was Noah. Allowed me to have a nuclear zone nearby, but not at the same time. So, all right, so we've got some stats here. That's good. Good. Again, I do not know what MC stands for, so I don't care.
It says I have 61 points. Do I need to take one off of something?
I'll leave it. It's fine. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Bust you for 1 point.
Okay. I'm filling out the bio. I'm at the motivations part.
Feel free to go as deep as you like.
So motivations, what I'm doing right now is I've just pulled up, just kind of as a point of reference, on page 36 of the core rulebook for 2020 is a nice little page. That's the whole section talking about life path. So if you it's like, well, is your character
motivation? Never mind.
Yep. So there's a whole page about your family. Do you have one? How close are you to them? What's your role in the family? What kind of family is it? Do you have siblings, parents still alive? Are they dead? Do they hate you? Motivations has its own page, so I'm just kind of
That's 35. Yeah, 35 is the family background stuff.
Yeah, 36 is the motivations one,
and let me tell you, if you guys go as deep as you want, because all you're doing is giving me information that's useful. So all you're doing is feeding the storyteller. So I'm one of those who loves to go big into deep backgrounds. In fact, from one of my D&D characters, I actually wrote an entire module that was my hometown. And the reason I had left and gone off to become an adventurer was so that I could come back and eventually liberate it from the orcs and goblins that had controlled it. So I handed my GM an actual module, which he then threw back in my face and hurt me with because he had changed some things. So it's like, you bastard.
pulling out my actual dice. This bag is dusty.
I guess maybe I should use my dice to see if I like just randomly selecting something.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
all right, let me grab some dice.
Place to start. If you don't like it, try something else.
Exactly. I've when I ran Red, I actually like Red's life path in the starter pack really well. So what I would do is that was literally session 0. We're doing your life path whether you like it or not. You don't have to use it. You're fucking rolling it. Because I swear to God, it didn't matter how dead set someone was in their character. They would roll something and be like, oh, wait a minute, I could make this work. And it's just something that they had never thought of. But the life path forces you to think about it.
Huh?
I'll send you a photo real quick of the bullet dice I was talking about.
Okay, there's my range. Okay, there it is. Yeah. You know what page the stuff? Oh, there it is. 3. Never mind. I found it.
All right. Family ranking. A crime lord. Okay. I guess I'll put that down. I'm just gonna write it down and then I'll add it when I click back over. All right, crime lord.
Oh, that's what they look like. That's cool.
Yep. No, I straight up saw my Pondsmith using these at Gen Con when I started really following Red and was like, when is this coming out? I love the Jumpstart kit. I need the whole thing.
5.
I saw a picture of him like running a game and I saw the dice and I was like, oh, every damage roll in a gun-based combat is with D6 and their bullets.
Yeah, those seem rather unwieldy to me, but whatever.
No, they're just roller dice and they work pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't roll too well on wood depending on the circumstance, but I have one of those velvet dice things I roll in.
Oh, cool.
And they work great in that.
Yeah, I have the. Yeah, it's funny. In that video I was talking about, where he's a C Project Red. He asked about his office, right? Where he's got this office right up on the upstairs, and he talks about this big table, and it's he throws everything out just so we can look at it all, whatever. It's until such time as Lisa goes, I can't get in the room, and then he has to clean it up. He mentioned his toys and stuff that he's got all over the place. Oh my God, you have no idea what a big dork he is. Because he's got these Ken doll-sized SWAT team guys. And I will bet you that even to this day, 18 years later, he's still got those same SWAT team guys rappelling down the wall. I would not be surprised one iota if they're not still sitting there.
I wouldn't be surprised either, actually.
They were really, because he looked long and hard to find these things, because they're not easy to find. They're not like, you don't find them at Toys R Us, for example. Well, you don't find anything at Toys R Us anymore. But in terms of what he was looking at, I don't even know where he found some of this crap. Some of it's online, some of it's, random stores in the Bay Area and stuff like that.
Wow, I have 4 siblings.
Woohoo!
The most appropriate trait for Mikhail Baranov: arrogant, proud, and aloof.
Yeah, that pretty much sums him up beautifully.
Rash and headstrong would have been a close second, though.
Yeah.
person I value most, a public figure.
What kind of public figure would you
I
like
don't know.
that?
Wait, for siblings, do I roll? I rolled how many that I have, right? And then so I got 4. And then
I got a good one for you. Public figure, pop star. Give me a pop star based out of Los Angeles.
Oh god.
can someone help me roll for siblings?
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to roll?
I rolled 4 siblings, and then what do I roll for? Then I do if they're male or female, or
So let's see.
Well, keep in mind it could be male, female, or other.
oh man, there's
Other.
other.
Oh, there's.
I mean, this is Cyberpunk after all. Come on.
Ah,
Have you never read When Gravity Fails?
no.
Oh, you should. It's an excellent book series. The first 3, there's at least 3 books. I don't know I think the author passed away or something before he did any more, but in that one, it's all set in the Middle East and in these Arab nations, or I guess it's kind of it's not in any one specific area, but it's kind of sort of Cairo, Arabia. I think it's actually supposed to be set in Arabia, but there's a big to do about people switching genders, and it's like it's super easy in that particular world, and so there's some people who are struggling with it because of the old school religious stuff, and there's a whole bunch of new people who are like whatever.
Yeah, I have zero interest in
really
something
good,
like that.
But that's just one piece of it. But it's a beautiful detective story, and they have this great stuff in there with they have these things called Moddies and Daddies, and Daddies are add-ons like the skill chips in 2020, but the
Rolling for
Moddies
the first.
actually are personality mods. You can have literally, you want to, hey, I'm not a very brave person, but I think I need to be brave, so I'll buy the personality of like Humphrey Bogart or something like that, and so you can become suddenly brave and tough, or suave and debonair or whatever. So it's a very fascinating world to read, and the guy who wrote it, George Alec Effinger, is a phenomenal writer. So his action scenes are fantastic. I haven't read those in a long time. It's really good. They actually did a source book for When Gravity Fails, but I think it covers only the first 2 books. But I don't know. But
All right, rolling for the 4th
it's
sibling.
But it's 2 different worlds.
1.
It's kind of cool.
Alright, now I gotta roll if they're male or female.
Yeah, it's like odd or even. It's fine with me.
9. So that's... So if it's a even number, then it's... odd is female. Okay, so the first one is a female.
Is it 1?
2 is even, so it's male.
Right.
Male. Odd female. So I have an older female sister that worships me. I have an older brother that's neutral. I have a younger brother that's neutral, and I have a younger female sister that dislikes me.
It dislikes you.
Yeah.
Just dislikes you?
The oldest worships me. The youngest dislikes me.
The oldest worships you. That's weird, but okay.
Maybe it's because it's my sister.
Probably super protective and that kind of thing.
It's cool. I have one older, and that means I'm like the middle child, right?
Oh, great! You're the middle kid, so we have to largely ignore you.
I'm in a mobster family, and both parents are living, and right now they're in the heart of a combat zone.
Okay. Now you're going to be from
Detroit.
You're gonna be from the Midwest there, from Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, Detroit is pretty much nothing but a combat zone. I mean,
I don't know
well,
anything
yeah,
about so it's some kind of crime family that I'm belong to, I guess.
Well, if you're from Detroit, you're gonna be from a gang, basically.
Can I name the gang?
Sure.
Can we be the Tigers, like the baseball team?
Good.
All right.
What? You don't want to be the Lions?
We could be the Lions.
Tigers just fine. Tigers are cooler than Lions anyway.
That's what I think. Actually, on my Roll20, my picture is a tiger. That's a Detroit Tiger logo, so it's only appropriate. But in fairness, if they would be sporting the Detroit Old English D, the gang would.
Right. Sure, of course. You don't mess with the D, man.
All right, so now I move on to motivations. Is that right?
Yep. Like what drives you? Now that you can roll, or you can make it up on your own. Basically, what is your purpose for living?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and see what I get, and if I don't like it, I'll change it.
Yeah, sure.
2. Rebellious.
Exactly how you do it.
I'm rebellious and violent.
Yeah, if you don't like your motivation, pick a different one.
Do you want me to do the big problem, big wins roll?
Sure. Go for it. You want to do it on there, or you want to do it on the red? Because I've got them.
I'll do it on 20, but I'm actually going to roll this one in the text chat, just because I've always found, this roll, it's one that can tempt people to cheat it, I feel. Because it's either you roll evens and you get something good, or you roll odds and you get something bad.
Right.
All of the good stuff is pretty nice. I got a bad. I'm fine with that.
Well, bad leads to drama.
Ah, fuck.
What'd you get?
I will snip it and show you exactly what I just got.
Alright.
Popping into Discord right now.
Okay.
I don't like
nice.
that one.
Beautiful. See, that's actually good, because that gives you an excuse as to why you're suddenly in LA.
Especially if it's a soft oil on show.
It could be Silo, it could be some of the other ones.
Hello, Mr. Baronoff. What brings you to the new United States? Business.
Welcome to the City of the Angels. Are you here for business pleasure? Or something else?
Something else, this one.
Now the fun part is going to be, what I'll get to, we'll figure out is the how did you get here? That we'll get to when everybody's done a little bit.
And let's see.
Did you sneak in? Did you come in, through regular transport means?
I don't know if that works. What am I going to do about a corporation hunting me? Apparently, I'm going to get what's rightfully yours.
What?
So, I feel like that's like if you're trying to get revenge or something. I don't know how well that will work. Actually, I guess technically
you may want to get what's rightfully yours, but the reality is they're hunting you, so you kind of have to skedaddle, regroup, and come back. Is the idea, really?
Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm on Force Life Events. 3. Big problems, big wins.
Okay.
Okay. And I roll a 7. False accusation. You were set up. The accusation is theft. Oh no, wait, do I roll again?
Yeah, you roll against what the accusation was.
3.
3. Theft.
It was theft.
So you were stealing something, but you didn't actually do it.
Oh no.
You didn't actually do it.
Do I write that down? Accused of theft. Accused of theft. And then what do I roll after that?
So that's that year. Part of this is you guys remember is how old are you, and then that's kind of the idea.
Okay, so what's the youngest I start with?
Well, one way to do it is you can pick an age, 16 or greater, or you can just roll 2d6 and add 16 to it.
2d6 and add 16 to it?
Correct.
6 and 3.
22. Oh, okay, so that's 9, 25.
So that happened when I was 25?
No, that happened when you were when you're 17.
17,
You're
okay.
basically,
I was going to say my character is 23.
Okay, so if you're going to be 23, you're going to roll for every year from 17, so 17, 18, 19, 20, and so forth.
Okay, so that happened when I was 17.
Correct. So then you
18,
go to 18,
19,
you're rolling on
20,
that first chart.
21, 22, and 23. Okay. And 23 is where we're at in the present. So I don't do a roll for that one.
You can do that one for now. That would be what has happened up to now.
Okay, so I'll do age 18 now.
Correct.
Okay, and then so I roll the 10 side.
Yep.
And does this go back to big wins or? Oh no, this goes back to life event. Okay.
Roll that life events one first.
4.
Okay, friends and enemies.
Okay. 0.
Okay, so you get a 10. Okay, you made an enemy. Go ahead and roll. 10.
4.
This is an 4. All right, so it's even. It's male. All right, now roll to see what this enemy is.
Whoa. 3.
3. It's a relative. Sounds like that sister that doesn't like you.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, now you get a roll for see what the cause was.
Okay. I hope this goes with the story. Let's see. 2.
2. Cause the loss of a lover, friend, or relatives. You either chased off someone, or you got that person killed, or so. These they just give you the general things, and then you go fill in the blank.
How do I write that out?
Well, what you're gonna do is this: you're gonna roll one more time to see who's the one that got mad.
Okay.
Is it they're mad at you, or you're mad at them?
5.
5. You hate them, so they caused you to lose.
My sister
Either a lover or a friend.
caused. Well, should I roll even or odd for lover or friend?
That's up to you. Yeah, if you want to do it, that's fine too.
Odd.
All right.
So that's a female friend. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you had a friend, and your sister caused you and that friend to no longer be friends.
Okay.
Now the question is, what are you going to do about it? Roll that d10.
10.
10. You're going to rip into them verbally.
Okay. So I'm angry with her all the time.
Yeah, you guys, Thanksgiving's not terribly fun to be around.
Okay, so that happened at age 18.
And normally, this is where you would get into the part where what can he throw against you? This isn't that big a rivalry. This is just, you're just gonna yell at him.
Okay, so at age 19, I'm gonna roll.
Yep.
6. Friends and enemies.
Again, friends and enemies.
7.
Is it 7? It's an enemy again. You're good at making enemies. All right. Let's see what kind of enemy this is. Is it male or female?
10.
Alright, that makes it male. And let's see what type of enemy is it.
2.
2, an ex-lover. And let's see what caused the problem.
1.
Caused the other to lose face or status. Got him fired, they got demoted, maybe their gang isn't that happy with them, something along those lines. And now the question is, which one is the one that got upset? You or them? Or if the feeling is mutual.
So I have an enemy, and we're friends because we have an ex-lover. My character's not gay.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
They will be female men on that
Okay,
one.
okay, just want to make that clear.
Hey, this is Cyberpunk, dude. Nobody's gonna care.
Yeah,
Super
um,
gay.
not my character.
Keep in mind, this ex-lover could be someone that fell in love with you and you spurned them. And so then they're mad at that. So you're like, dude.
All right, so I rolled a 5.
And they got mad about it. So
I rolled a 5.
now the question is, what are they gonna do about it?
9.
9. Another one's gonna yell at you. Roll that one again. Let's get some other
5.
verbal abuse is terrible. Backstab you indirectly. Ah, I love that. It's so much fun.
Okay.
That's awful. All right, so this enemy. Again, it depends on how you want to play it. You want to make it a female and be an ex-lover, that's fine. You want to make it the one I suggested, which is this guy fell in love with you, and you were like, no. And so now he's mad and he's gonna backstab you indirectly.
Okay, we'll go with that one because it's more interesting.
Yeah.
So now I go back. So now I start rolling for age 20.
Oh, now we want to know what he can throw at you.
Okay.
Because now we have someone actually do something other than just ball.
2.
2, just himself. Ooh, so it's a solo. It's one individual who really hates you, and they're gonna have to work hard to backstab you directly.
Okay. All right. Now
right.
go back to the.
That was what, 18 or 19?
That was at age 19. So now I'm rolling for age 20. This takes a while, but it's fun.
Yep.
7. That's romantic.
Something different besides friends and enemies. All right, romantic involvement. Now the question is, how did it work out?
4.
4, happy love affair. Go back to life event. Okay, so move on.
Okay.
Here.
Okay, and 8.
Go back to life events again.
Another romantic involvement.
Cool. Apparently you got to be sowing your wild oats there for a while. All right.
When I hit 20, man. 3.
3, another happy love affair.
Are you serious?
You can roll again if you like.
Well, I thought 3 is a big problem, big win.
No. Sorry. You're doing for the next year. This is the how was that?
Oh, more about the happy love affair?
Yeah, it's the second, because the first happy love affair, and then you rolled, because you got a second happy love, so your next year you got another love affair.
So then I rolled a 3.
So now we're back to 21.
So what do you want me to roll for? What am I rolling for?
In fact, now you're going to roll back. Now we're rolling for age 21.
Okay. So I had 2 happy love affairs in a row?
Correct. It could be the same one. It could be 2 different ones. Doesn't matter. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll keep it the same one because that makes more sense.
All right. Especially since they're back to back.
9.
9. Nothing happened there.
Nothing.
I don't understand why they made that one 20% of the opportunities here, but whatever.
And
Could be pretty old.
my final roll for my final one for age 4. Friends and enemies. 3.
Okay, so it's a friend this time.
Okay.
All right, so now we're gonna roll take a friend.
5.
5, an old lover. So
So we were off for a year, and then. Okay, yeah, we were off. We had 2 years happy. Nothing happened for a year.
And you're partying with friends.
Okay.
But now you got a friend. Now this friend is someone you can call on.
Okay.
So you can always, hey, I need some help. Bail me out, kind of thing.
Can I give her a name?
Sure.
Okay.
Now it's up to you to basically flesh out who this person is.
I'm gonna name her Valentine.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't call her B for short. That was bad form.
Okay, so
Oh, okay. You wanted Mikhail there. You wanted you had someone you had a hero worship or whatever.
yeah, that was my older sister.
Or no, my character apparently his was his favorite person is a public figure, and I just feel it would fit really well, and just kind of nice contrast to the apparently drug addicted. I'm gonna go with alcoholism on that one. Keep it stereotypical.
Why? Just because he's Russian?
Yeah. If you're Russian and has a drug addiction, it's alcohol first. Everything else is second.
Nobody in Russia uses heroin or anything else. Not that
Well, I mean,
anybody.
I'm sure they do, but I bet they drink vodka first.
Well, remember, there really isn't any. Now any heroin type stuff that's around is all synthetic. So.
Andrew. But no, I figured a good public figure for him to really, for some reason, be into is a pop star.
Okay. Now, do you want to be just a like empty-headed bubble type thing, or are we talking like?
Oh yeah, I'm talking like the Miley Cyrus or Taylor.
You want to go down that road?
Oh yeah.
So what's next in the?
I'm trying to think. Let's see.
I got.
I want to go.
Okay. Well,
That person's really a bouncer, so not an actual pop star.
I got 10 minutes. I got until 10 o'clock, and at 10 o'clock, my wife wants me to get off of here.
Okay. No worries. Let me find real quick. Let me find the name of this from my old website. Let me find that real fast, and then I will get you that name. Fuss and Butter. Here we go.
oh shit! Star Citizens PTU went live today. And,
What went?
Star Citizen every quarter has an update.
Oh,
And
right.
it goes out on PTU first, and it just went up today. Player test EU numbers. And there's some stuff I need to try, like stealing things from people.
I haven't actually tried that yet.
Honestly, I recommend waiting.
I mean, the game looks gorgeous, but
Oh, it's gorgeous. I pretty much play it daily, but at the same time, I'm a weirdo, and I know plenty of people would not enjoy playing it daily. I'm really good at finding my fun, and it's just a very immersive space game. It's like space. It's like being a citizen of the stars. Like even the most mundane things in that game are fun. You can literally do like FedEx delivery shit, and you're having.
I have a pop star for you.
All right.
Her name is Lydia Martell.
Oh, 1 second. Get back into the right page. Lydia Martell.
Yeah, LYDIA and then MARTEL. She basically is the Madonna of that era. She also happens to own a cyberball team, which is like a football team, the Los Angeles Assassins.
Nice.
And she's very big into Asian antique art. By the way, she is portrayed by Renee O'Connor. If you know who that is.
Okay.
Xena.
What do we do for skills?
Okay, so skills normally. So that would be you do. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out this character sheet here, so bear with me a bit. Mod. I don't know what the skill is. That's weird that it doesn't give you a. Huh. I may need to fiddle with this before we do it. And if your wife's pushing you to get off, I don't want to hold you up for too much longer.
So what do we
Um,
are we gonna have to do another session for finishing our
I was
character?
gonna say, why don't we do this? Let's save this. Between Alec and I can figure out this character sheet because it's definitely gonna need. Oh, you figured out how to do it. How'd you do that?
I don't know what.
Well, it's the skills. Or is you know, because I noticed that Naz has no skills at this
I
point.
think you have to actually go into class and select it. At the very top, you check the box concept, select your class. It defaults to solo, but I think you still have to actually click on it.
Oh, I see.
And then it will update with the primary skills for that. Let's see, like, what did Robbie Goldman look like in his 20s? That's
No. Yeah, it's funny to look back at some of my old characters and go, what did he look like? Who were they played by? And go, oof, I picked that person? Wow. Yeah, so like for the old site, everybody was in black and white too. I took all the NPCs and just stripped all the color off the pictures that I found. To give it that, again, I tend to do it very noir, kind of vibe to things. So I'm gonna play with building a character or two of my own.
How do I edit the bio and info? Or is that because there's a tab.
So there's like a checkbox at bio, and uncheck it, and then you can. So basically, if you see a checkbox, toggle it, and it will usually allow you to go into edit mode or go out of edit mode. And then for some reason, relations, like there are the third tab, which is relations, family, friends, lovers, foes, doesn't seem to really let you add anything to it, even though there are checkboxes.
It won't let me check anything or uncheck anything.
Oh, okay. That's because for some reason you also need to click edit mode up at the fucking top. So you need to click edit mode so that you can then check the box to then edit.
Is that for me or is that for Marcus?
No, that's for you. I'm doing it.
I don't see that.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. What the edit mode is.
I don't. Oh, edit. Okay, here it is. I found it.
Yeah, it's right next to where it says FNFF and SNS. That's the Friday Night Firefighter, Saturday Night Scuffle.
So my character won't have a baseball cap, but we'll just pretend he does. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to need to do some evaluations on figuring out how to use this stuff myself. So I'm going to be building some NPCs just with nothing else so that I can go, okay, here's how you do X, Y, or Z. Oh, shoot. Yeah, so yeah, like once you've got the concept in there, I see how it is. Okay, yeah, got it.
All right. The earliest I found so far, Robbie Coltrane was in his 30s, and he looks exactly the same, just with less weight.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me in the least, actually.
Yeah, he really, he's one of those people whose face got old fast. And then
Yeah.
everything followed after.
Well, I mean, look at Michael Winslow. I mean, he's one of those guys that, you know, he never really changed much. So
I do find this interesting picture though of him in a chrome suit.
hey, whatever works.
Was there a reason why my sister caused my friend to get angry?
That's something that at this point I'm drawing a blank, but it doesn't give a specific reason. But
Okay.
you can fill in the blank. The more you flesh out, the more invested you are in that particular story element, the easier it is for me to, take advantage of it, so to speak.
Okay.
I think I got enough for you already. I don't need to
I
get.
have fun with it. And occasionally what I'll do is I just, I won't do anything and then I'll just poke in and go, oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm just playing with the character here just to see what they can do. Looks and see things.
Okay. So I filled out a little bit. I'll fill out more of this when I get a chance to tomorrow.
Sure. Okay. That's fine.
Do you guys want to meet for like an hour tomorrow and do this or no?
Sure. I can do that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, makes it easier.
8 o'clock again?
Huh?
8 o'clock again?
Works for me.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me check something real quick. That may not work for me. We have to go earlier.
Okay.
Or either earlier or later, only because I've got a training tomorrow for. I'm going to be an election judge. So.
Oh no, I'll be busy tomorrow. I forgot I have like a couples fellowship that my wife is in the Philippines, but she's gonna be zooming in on a class that we're taking together at our church.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, that's what that is. I was trying to figure out the weapons section here, and I kept clicking on something, giving me this stuff, and I finally realized, oh, that is if you have a melee weapon, here's what it is. Aha, I get it now. Character sheet's not quite as complicated as I thought.
Oh boy, I forgot the debate was tonight.
Definitely has a major learning curve, but I picked it because it looked good. I figured it'd be easy to use, but it's not quite as easy as I thought it would be.
So how do I get into what do I do for skills and stuff?
Okay, so
Is it possible for me to look at can you make it so that I can at least read Alex's character sheet?
Oh.
Or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't mind. So he can see what I've done.
I think I did, but I don't know. So I should have it. I just clicked show to players. I don't know if that shows you each or.
So right now I can only Alex, can you see mine? Because I can only see mine.
That's the way it's set up. But let me see. Yeah, I only see mine.
Okay. All right. Well, then hold on. I think I remember. Oh. Oh, okay. There we go. I know. I figured it out.
Bullshit. The PPU's not available.
Now can you see?
Let me refresh my screen, maybe.
Oh yeah, I can see Naz.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
I can't
now
see. I can't
hold
see.
on. I'm fixing it now, Brandon.
Oh,
Hold on.
okay. Oh yeah.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah. Cool.
Now you can both each other.
Although I can only see his bio and info, where I've actually been putting most of my info in the character sheet.
Yeah, I don't see your character
Oh.
sheet though.
Oh, because you put it in where the life path section is. Let's see.
Yeah,
Right.
and yeah, I put the life path in my bio,
Gotcha.
but I can't see his character sheet.
Yeah. See, Mikhail, on the other hand, doesn't have anything in his bio.
Figured I would actually do that part when we're not in a meeting, and I'll go hop on and fill it out with all the story and stuff.
Right.
I guess the only question, I mean, I can push this to 10:30. I really want to make sure that I get my gear and skills taken care of before we go.
Okay. Well, let's get your skills. Let's start with the skills.
So do I go back to my character sheet?
Yes, please. Right there, yeah. The character sheet tab.
Okay.
And then the concept right below it's right below the Cyberpunk logo.
Skills.
Yeah. Well, no, above that. So it says it says attribute skills. Why not? Oops, nope, that's NPC. The first bubble there. Okay. Here it says the Cyberpunk there. It says XP2 wherever. XP there. But anyway, where it says concept. See this part?
No.
Right now.
Oh, concept. Yeah, I see concept. Okay.
Okay. So you click on that, and then click on the drop box there that says solo.
Yeah. Click on the Dropbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, click on the drop box and just click. I just did it here. Let's see if it. I didn't do it, but probably you have to do it. Click on the. Click on the concept. Well, pick a different for now. Let's try something. Let's change this to rocker girl and change it back to solo. There we go. I got you now. Now, see now you've got like combat sense, handgun, melee, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, question is how many points do you guys get for skills? And find out. Okay, it's 40 points. Spend on those skills.
How many points?
40.
Okay, 40.
And I'm gonna set a maximum. I'm gonna set a maximum skill level of maximum skill level of 6. So if you want somebody to be 6, that's fine. But it depends on how whether you want to be generally pretty good at stuff, or you want to be really good at one thing, or weak at something else.
What's the max again? 6?
6.
Okay. 40 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I think that's right. What about secondary skills?
I'm not gonna worry about that right now because I'm not quite sure what that actually refers to.
How about chipware?
Secondary skills are skills that you don't naturally get from your class, so they typically have a lower cap and maybe a higher cost to attain. I'd say not worry about it at the moment, but
What about
Yeah, don't worry
chipware?
about it. Well, I'll probably give you some bonus skills later on.
How about
So don't worry
chipware?
about it. Chipware, that's stuff you would buy in games. So,
Okay,
and not like when we're playing. I mean, but that's something that you would have.
okay. And then
That's only
what's next?
like-
What's next on the character sheet?
Oh, let's see here. Extra skills.
Gear.
You actually have 2. By the way, you get 2 points left.
Oh, I have
Okay.
2 points left. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll put 1 in.
Like maybe rifle or weapon stack, something like that. Stealth, I would probably not recommend having a stealth of 0.
I have 2 points left, so I put 3 in stealth, and I'll raise
I have
melee up 1.
Stealth primary skill, by the way. That's gonna be all you.
Yeah, you're gonna want to deduct 1 point off of something.
Oh, deduct a point?
Yeah, because you get a stealth of 3. If you're at 41 points, that's all.
I'll do that and take the
You're
machine.
at 42. I don't know how that happened, but whatever.
Is that right? Or no?
Let's see.
-1?
You're at 42 points somehow. I don't know how that happened. I didn't see anything move. So the question is, what do you want to do?
How's that?
There you go. You're good. Now you're good. Now you're fine. We're all good. Okay. So I think that's good for now.
Do I have to save it,
Well,
or is it automatically saved?
It should automatically save if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So when you log back in, for example, you should be able to bring up that character if you want to like fill out more description or history or whatever.
Awesome.
So this is a good place to start. That's good. Starting to remind me of things I forgot. For a decade, almost 2 decades of not playing. So,
Have starting funds and buy some stuff already. Well, in
that's up to
between.
you. I mean, if you guys want to do that, that's great. If you got copies of the rules, feel free.
I guess the
Uh,
gear and stuff.
I'm not terribly worried because if you do, remember, I won't kill you. I'll just do something worse. There's always things that are more interesting than just killing you. So
How do we determine our experience, our hit points?
that is based in your body. It's a damage system. Kind of hard to explain.
So rather than having hit points, you have kind of a wound system. And
Yeah.
that's the part when I was talking about earlier. You and everybody that you might get in a fight in are roughly the same when it comes to getting killed.
Really? Okay.
Your body type will help you tank some damage, basically, but not a lot. Don't expect it to save you.
When
The
both
thing-
of you guys are at a -2, your body type modifier is -2, so you're gonna subtract 2 points off the damage. But if I'm rolling 4d6, subtracting 2 doesn't mean much.
Right. Okay. So I
Now,
guess we're all set then.
there's a motto that's good to remember when you're playing this game, since it is fairly deadly. Best defense, no be there. So hide behind cover, just real world type stuff. People throwing large bullets at you, it's probably a good idea to not be standing in front of them. So Okay, so we got a couple of interesting characters. So we'll see. I'll start doing some plotting and planning for how you. So I'm gonna need a couple of things like I want you. These are the things I want you to think about for the next time we get together. By the way, feel free to message me anytime. No big deal. Through Discord is fine, or through Facebook is even fine. Just let me know. If you've got stuff you want to add. Like I want to know how you got to. What brought you to LA, and how did you get there? Did you get there by legal means? Did you get there by illegal means? Did you sneak in? Did you walk in? Did you get dropped there out of an airplane? Whatever. I got thrown out of a window. I don't care what your method of getting there is. How did you guys? And there's probably a good idea for how the two of you. Do you want to know each other ahead of time, or do you want to meet? Meeting is usually probably a little on the janky side. I suggest figure out between the two of you how you know each other and how you came to get to LA. Probably best thing is have you figure out how you both got to LA at the same time.
Okay. Okay. So I think I know how I want to go to LA. I want to. Can I go to LA because Valentine asked me to, but I don't know why.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I'm here. So the good news is that'll give me an opportunity to introduce the city to you. Kind of like that's why I think when I get 2077, I think I'm going to play with the nomad path, because then you learn the city by showing up into it. But anyway,
Yeah, I'm doing nomad first for sure.
So I guess my only question is, how do I know Mikhail?
Well, that's like I said. That's something that you two guys have to kind of figure out. Maybe you ran into each other on the train. By the way, the methods of getting to LA could be anywhere from boat, plane, suborbital. You could get there by maglev rail train. You can get there by Zeppelin. Our Zeppelin service that runs between, at least California has Zeppelins. I don't know about the rest of the country.
Do you want to meet on a train, Mikhail? Alex?
Actually, you know what? Let's start you on a train. I think that's a good idea, because what I'll do is we'll do a train adventure before you actually get to LA.
Okay.
We'll do a little, murder on the Orient Express, so to speak, but it won't be the Orient Express, and it won't necessarily be murder.
So like,
self-defense.
do you want to start the game as we're having a conversation and we're just starting to meet each other?
Kind of, maybe, or we'll figure what we'll do is we met each other along the way. You know what? I'll have to figure that out.
Okay.
Basically, we could do it. My character is there traveling by train from the East Coast, so went across Europe, across the Atlantic to America, and is trying to get to LA. So is trying to go that way for some reason.
And in fact, Mikhail, I know exactly how to get the two of you guys together. It's a trick one of my players used in one of my games, which was the "Come with me if you want to live" defense. And
okay.
As a result, said character who said "Come with me if you want to live" ended up being one of those people chasing one of you thinks that because the two of you are talking that you're working together, so now you're both being hunted. So.
Okay. I don't want to know anymore. I want this to be a little bit of a surprise to me. So, this is gonna be fun.
And as getting mad at Mikhail, you got me into this, man. This is your fault.
It will be. It will absolutely be my fault.
And the best part is, because it's just two of you, think of this like a buddy cop movie.
I already said that. Anytime you have a two-person Cyberpunk, it's a buddy cop movie. It's exactly what it is.
And you guys can do. I mean, we can do this as a movie. We can do this as a TV series. It's really up to you. So, but anyway, all right, guys. So, what's the thing to do is, unless you guys carve out some time between now and then, let me know, or we can just do this again on next Tuesday.
All right.
So, I'm gonna flesh out the bio when I get a chance. I might do a little bit tonight. And then
I'm gonna play with this NPC I'm building.
This has been fun. So this is the end of episode 0. The creating the character episode is over, and next time when we talk, we'll be starting our adventure.
Yep.
All right.
Have fun in the city of Fallen Angels.
All right. Good night, guys.